Let me ask you a question. How much of your life have you spent watching someone else live theirs? Think about it. How many hours, days, weeks have you wasted scrolling, comparing, envying? You're watching someone else's highlight reel while your own dreams sit on the bench collecting dust. It's time to wake up. It's time to focus on you. Comparison is one of the biggest thieves of joy and progress. So many of us get caught up in the trap of watching someone else's life and measuring against our own. It's easy to do right. Social media puts their vacations, promotions, workouts, and relationships right in your face. But what you're seeing is not the whole truth. It's a highlight reel. You're comparing their best moments to your behind-the-scenes struggles. And while you're busy scrolling and comparing, your own dreams, goals, and potential are sitting on the shelf collecting dust. You've got to wake up and understand the simple fact: no one else's life matters as your own when it comes to building your future. Your path is yours to walk. Your vision is yours to pursue. Stop letting someone else's journey distract you from your own. Time is your most valuable asset. It's not money, opportunities, or even talent. Those things come and go, but time only moves in one direction. Once it's gone, you can never get it back. Think about how much time you waste every day on things that don't serve you. How much time is spent overthinking, procrastinating, or engaging in things that aren't aligned with your goals? Every second you waste is a second you could have invested in yourself, in your dreams, and in your growth. Stop treating time like it's unlimited, because it's not. You're on the clock and the countdown is moving whether you realize it or not. So ask yourself, are you spending your time building your future, or are you throwing it away? The moment you stop blaming your circumstances or other people is the moment your life begins to change. Yes, you might have been dealt a tough hand. Yes, life might throw you some challenges. But so what? Everybody has something. The difference is that successful people don't sit around pointing fingers. They take responsibility for their own lives, no matter how hard it is. When you spend all your energy blaming the past, you're giving away the power to create your future. You're stronger than your excuses. You're bigger than your challenges. Stop looking for someone else to fix it and start realizing that it's up to you. Let me tell you the truth about competition. It's not about anyone else. The person you're really competing with is the one in the mirror. The real challenge is to be better than the version of you from yesterday. It's about pushing yourself to grow, to learn, and to improve every single day. The world will always have someone faster, richer, or more talented. But that's not your business. Your business is making sure you're showing up as your best self day in and day out. Don't get distracted by the noise around you. The only scoreboard that matters is the one that tracks your growth. Here's the hard truth. Not everyone is going to understand or support your grind. Not everyone is going to clap for you or cheer you on. And guess what? That's perfectly fine. Stop waiting for applause. Stop looking for someone to give you permission to chase your dreams. The world doesn't owe you encouragement or validation, and you don't need it to succeed. Success isn't about being liked or fitting in. It's about being disciplined and focused. It's about showing up when no one's watching, putting in the work, and staying consistent even when it's hard. If you want to change your life, you've got to act now. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Are you living the life you've always dreamed of, or are you still stuck in the same place, wondering all the time when? The difference between those two outcomes comes down to the decisions you make right now. You don't have forever. You don't have unlimited chances. What you do today matters. It's the foundation for the life you want to build. Start focusing on yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity, because those don't exist. The time is now. When you start putting yourself first, when you truly focus on your goals, your health, and your growth, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. You'll look back and wonder why you ever wasted a single second worrying about what someone else was doing. You have everything you need to succeed within you, but it's up to you to unlock it. Focus on yourself, invest in your future, and don't let anything or anyone distract you from the greatness you're capable of. It's time to take control of your life and make every second count. Time is one of the most precious resources we have. Yet so many of us treat it as if it's unlimited. Every single day we wake up with 24 hours, and how we use those hours determines the course of our lives. But here's the problem. Instead of focusing on ourselves and maximizing our time, we waste it. We waste it worrying about what other people think. We wasted chasing validation from people who don't matter. We wasted scrolling through social media, comparing our lives to a carefully curated highlight reel that doesn't even show the full picture. This has to stop. Every second you spend focused on someone else's journey is a second stolen from your own. You see, life doesn't come with a pause button. You don't get to hit rewind and try again. When a moment passes, it's gone forever. Think about that. Think about all the days, the weeks you've been doing things that don't serve your purpose. Imagine if you had spent that time on yourself on growing, learning, improving. Where would you be right now? How much further along would you be toward your goals? The truth is, most people don't think about time this way. They live like they have forever, like they can keep putting it off until tomorrow. But the harsh reality is that tomorrow isn't promised to anyone. The only time you truly have is the moment you're in right now, so why waste it? And let's talk about responsibility. Because here's the thing, your life is your responsibility. Nobody else is going to do the work for you. Nobody else is going to come along and hand you the life you dream of. It's on you. Yes, maybe you've had some setbacks. Maybe you've been through some times. Maybe life hasn't been fair. But blaming your circumstance or other people for where you are won't change anything. Blame doesn't build futures. Action does. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking ownership of your life is the moment everything changes. It's not easy, but it's necessary. You have to decide that you're not going to let your past define your future. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking the competition is out there. It's not. The real competition is within you. It's not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about challenging yourself to grow, to push past your limits, to do what you thought you couldn't do. The only person standing in the way of your success is you. The doubts, the fears, the excuses, they're all internal. And the good news is, because they're internal, you have the power to overcome them. But that takes focus. It takes the ability to tune out the noise, to stop worrying about what everyone else is doing, and to zero in on your own growth. Here's the reality. Not everyone is going to support you. Not everyone is going to understand your goals or your grind. And that's okay. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. If you're waiting for someone else to validate you, you're wasting precious time. You have to learn to clap for yourself. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader. Success isn't about being popular. It's about being disciplined, consistent, and committed to your vision. You have to want it so badly that it doesn't matter who doubts you, who criticizes you, or who doesn't believe in you. Imagine this 5 years from now. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be living your dreams, achieving your goals, and feeling proud of the person you become? Or do you want to be in the same place you are now, looking back and wondering where the time went? The choice is yours, but it starts today. Every decision you make, every action you take, every minute you spend, it's all building your future. And if you're not intentional about it, you'll wake up one day and realize you've built a life you don't even want. So stop wasting your time. Stop letting distractions pull you away from what really matters. Stop living for other people and start living for yourself. Focus on your health, your goals, your growth. Make the decision to invest in yourself, to prioritize your dreams, and to take control of your life. Because when you do, something incredible happens. You start to see progress. You start to feel confident. You start to realize just how powerful you are. The life you want is possible. The person you want to become is within reach. But it won't happen if you keep wasting time on things that don't matter. Focus on yourself. Go all in. Make every second count and watch how your life transforms. Time is the most valuable currency you'll ever have. Yet so many of us spend it carelessly, as though there's an endless supply. Every single day you are gifted 24 hours of clean slate, a new opportunity. But how are you using it? Are you building something meaningful, or are you letting distractions rob you of your future? Too often we find ourselves caught in cycles of procrastination, excuses, and misplaced focus. Instead of looking inward and investing in ourselves, we waste precious time chasing things that don't serve us, validation, approval, or fleeting entertainment. It's time to stop. It's time to get serious about who you want to be and what you want out of life, because your time is unlimited, it's running out. You have to understand this. Every second you spend worrying about someone else's life is a second you'll never get back. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself scrolling through social media, comparing your life to someone else's? You see their vacations, their promotions, their accomplishments, and it leaves you feeling like you're falling behind. But here's the truth. They're only showing you their highlights. What you don't see are their struggles, their sacrifices, and their insecurities. Yet you allow yourself to get stuck in this endless loop of comparison. And for what? All it does is rob you of the energy and focus you could be pouring into your own journey. If you want to move forward, you've got to stop watching everyone else and start working on yourself. Life isn't going to wait for you to get it together. The clock is ticking, and every moment you waste is a moment you'll never get back. We often take time for granted because we assume we'll always have more of it. But that's a dangerous mindset. The truth is, none of us know how much time we've got left. The only thing you're guaranteed is the present moment, and even that's fleeting. So ask yourself, what are you doing with the time you've been given? Are you using it to move closer into your goals, or are you letting it slip away moment by moment, day by day? Stop wasting time on things that don't matter, things that don't align with the person you're trying to become. And let's talk about responsibility, because that's where real change begins. Your life is your responsibility. Nobody else is going to come along and fix it for you. Nobody's going to hand you success on a silver platter. Yes, life can be unfair. Yes, you might have been dealt a difficult hand. But here's the thing, blaming your circumstance or other people isn't going to change your situation. It's only going to keep you stuck. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking ownership of your life is the moment everything changes. It's not easy, but it's necessary. You have to decide that you're not going to let your past define your future. The biggest battle you'll ever fight is the one within yourself. So many people waste their energy competing with others, trying to outshine them, trying to prove something. But the truth is, the only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Your goal isn't to be better than anyone else. It's to be better than who you were last week, last month, last year. It's about growth, progress, and self-improvement. The only way to win this battle is to focus on your own journey, block out the noise, and stay committed to your vision. Not everyone is going to support you. And that's okay. Not everyone is going to understand your goals, and not everyone will cheer for you. But you don't need their applause. You don't need their validation. If you're waiting for someone else to give you permission to chase your dreams, you're wasting time. You have to be your own biggest supporter. You have to believe in yourself even when no one else does. Success isn't about being liked. It's about being disciplined. It's about doing the work day in and day out, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Imagine your future self. Imagine 5 years from now. Do you want to look back and feel proud of how far you've come? Or do you want to look back and realize you wasted your time, energy, and potential on things that didn't matter? The choice is yours, but it starts now. It starts with what you do today. Every action you take, every decision you make is shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. Stop letting distractions steal your focus. Stop wasting your energy on things that don't serve you. Start prioritizing your goals, your growth, and your future. The life you want isn't going to build itself. It requires effort, discipline, and commitment. But the moment you decide to go all in on yourself, everything will begin to change. Focus on yourself, protect your time, and make every second count, because you deserve a life that reflects the greatness within you. Time is the most precious resource you'll ever have. And yet too many people squander it without even realizing the cost. You can earn back money, you can rebuild relationships, but once time is gone forever. Think about that for a moment. Every second that slips away is a second you could have used to grow, improve, or get closer to your dreams. Instead, how much of that time is being wasted on distractions, comparisons, or meaningless activities? Every minute you spend worrying about what others are doing, scrolling through social media, or seeking approval is a minute stolen from your potential. That's not just wasted time, that's wasted life. We live in an age where it's easier than ever to lose focus. You've got notifications lighting up your phone, endless streams of content vying for your attention, and a culture that glorifies the appearance of success over the actual work it takes to achieve it. It's no wonder so many people feel stuck or unfulfilled. But here's the thing, your life is not a spectator sport. You don't have time to sit on the sidelines watching others chase their dreams while you let yours slip further out of reach. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, you're feeding insecurity and robbing yourself of the energy you need to build your future. Their journey isn't your journey, and their success has nothing to do with your potential. Let me ask you this, what would your life look like if you stopped focusing on everyone else and started focusing entirely on yourself? If you stop scrolling, stop comparing, stop worrying about what people think, and instead directed all the energy inward, that's when the magic happened. That's when you unlock your trichol, because the truth is success isn't about competing with others. It's about competing with the person you were yesterday. It's about progress, not perfection. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. But here's the harsh reality. None of this will happen if you're stuck in the blame game. If you're constantly blaming your circumstances, your upbringing, or the people around you for where you are in life, you're giving away your power. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. Everyone faces challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed take responsibility. They own their choices, their mistakes, and their outcomes. It's not about where you start. It's about where you're willing to go. Accountability is freedom. When you stop blaming others and take full ownership of your life, you realize that you're in control. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you absolutely control how you respond. And your response is what shapes your future. If you want to grow, you have to stop making excuses and start making progress. It's not easy, but nothing worth having ever is. Another mistake people make is waiting for the perfect moment. They think I'll start working on my goals when things calm down, or I'll focus on myself once I have more time. Let me tell you something, there is no perfect moment. There will always be distractions, obstacles, and reasons to procrastinate. The only time you have is right now. The clock is ticking, and every second you wait is a second lost. If you want something, you have to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week now. And don't expect everyone to understand or support your journey. Not everyone will see your vision, and not everyone will cheer for you. That's okay. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. This is your life, not theirs. Stop looking for permission to chase your dreams. Stop waiting for applause to validate your effort. True success comes from within, from the discipline to show up every day, even when no one is watching. Think about your future self. 5 years from now, what kind of life do you want to be living? Do you want to be proud of how far you've come, or do you want to look back with regret, wishing you had done more? The answer lies in what you do today. Every decision you make, every habit you form, and every action you take is shaping your future. Your life is a direct result of how you choose to spend your time. Focus on yourself. Stop letting distraction pull you off course. Stop giving your energy to things and people that don't align with your goals. Start prioritizing what matters most, your health, your growth, your dreams. Because the life you want isn't going to fall into your lap. It's something you have to build step by step, moment by moment. When you shift your focus inward and commit to your own journey, everything changes. You become stronger, more confident, more capable. The distractions that once consumed you fade into the background because you're too busy building the life you deserve. Time is ticking, and the choice is yours. Waste it or use it to create the future you've always dreamed of. Time is your greatest currency. And yet so many of us spend it carelessly, as though we have an endless supply. We act like there's always tomorrow to chase our goals, work on ourselves, or make progress. But the truth is, tomorrow isn't gained. Every second you waste on distractions or comparisons, a second you will never get back. Life is happening now, right now, and if you're not intentional about how you're spending your time, you'll wake up one day wondering all when. Time is slipping through your fingers whether you realize it or not. So the question is, are you using it wisely, or are you letting it go to waste? It's easy to get caught up in distraction. Social media, endless scrolling, mindless entertainment, it's all designed to pull your attention away from what truly matters. But the real danger lies in comparison. You see someone else succeeding, living their dream or achieving their goals, and you start to doubt yourself. You start to wonder why you're not where they are, why your progress feels slow, or why your life doesn't look as glamorous as theirs. But here's the truth. Their journey has nothing to do with yours. What you see on the surface is only a fraction of their story. You're comparing their highlights to your behind-the-scenes struggles. And that's a losing game every time. The energy you waste comparing yourself to others could be used to build the life you want. Success doesn't come from focusing on other people. It comes from focusing on yourself. It's about putting your head down, staying in your lane, and doing the work. No one else's opinion, achievements, or criticism matters as much as your commitment to your own goals. When you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing and start focusing entirely on your growth, that's when real change happens. You don't need to compete with anyone else. The only competition that matters is the one between you and the person you were yesterday. Every day is an opportunity to be better, to grow stronger, and to get closer to your dreams. But here's the thing. That growth won't happen until you take responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame your circumstances, your past, or other people for where you are right now. It's easy to say, if only things were different, I'd be successful. But blaming others doesn't change your situation. It doesn't move you forward. The only way to create the life you want is to take ownership of it. Yes, life can be unfair. Yes, you face challenges, but those challenges don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to respond to them. Taking responsibility isn't about ignoring the obstacles in your path. It's about acknowledging them and deciding to push forward anyway. Every single day is a choice. You can choose to let distractions, excuses, and fear hold you back, or you can choose to take action. The life you want isn't going to build itself. It requires effort, discipline, and consistency. And here's the reality. There's no such thing as the perfect time to start. If you're waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and reasons to delay. The only time you have is right now, and the only way to move forward is to start where you are. Don't expect everyone to understand your journey. Not everyone will see your vision, and not everyone will support your goals. That's okay. This is your life, not theirs. Stop looking for approval or validation from others. You don't need their permission to chase your dreams. Success isn't about being liked or accepted. It's about being true to yourself and staying focused on your purpose. Some people may doubt you, criticize you, or try to hold you back, but their opinions don't define your worth. What matters is that you believe in yourself enough to keep going, even when the road gets tough. Think about where you want to be 5 years from now. Do you want to look back and feel proud of how far you've come, or do you want to feel regret for the time you wasted? The future you want is built on the choices you make today. Every decision, every habit, and every action is shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. If you want something different, you have to do something different. Focus on yourself. Invest in your growth. Prioritize and let go of anything that doesn't align with the life you want to create. Stop letting distractions steal your energy and time. Instead, channel that energy into building the future you deserve. The path won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. When you focus on yourself and commit to your journey, you'll unlock a level of potential you didn't even know you had. You don't waste another second. Your time is now. Time is the one thing we all have in common, yet how we choose to use it sets us apart. It's your most precious asset, and unlike money or material possessions, you can't get it back once it's spent. Every day you're gifted 24 hours of fresh start and an opportunity to move closer to the life you envision for yourself. But how often do you squander that gift? How often do you let distractions, excuses, and fears hold you back? The truth is, many of us don't realize the value of time until it's too late. Until we look back and see how much of it we've wasted. But you don't have to let that be your story. You can make a decision today to focus on yourself and stop wasting the precious moments that could be shaping your future. The problem for most people is focus, or rather the lack of it. We live in a world that's designed to steal your attention. From the constant pings of notifications to the endless stream of content on your phone, distractions are everywhere. They promise temporary entertainment, but at what cost? Every minute you spend scrolling aimlessly or worrying about someone else's life is a minute you're stealing from your own growth. You're pouring your time into things that don't add value to your life, and the worst part is you might not even realize it. The hours slip by, and before you know it, days turn into months, and months turn into years. It's time to take back control. One of the biggest culprits of wasted time is comparison. How often do you catch yourself measuring your life against someone else's highlight reel? You see their achievements, their vacations, their seemingly perfect lives, and suddenly you feel like you're falling behind. But what you're seeing is just the surface. You don't know their struggles, sacrifices, or what it took for them to get there. And even if you did, their journey is theirs, not yours. Focusing on others only distracts you from what really matters, your own progress. Imagine what you could accomplish if you took all the energy you spend comparing yourself to others and redirected it into improving yourself. The key to breaking free from this cycle is responsibility. If you want to change your life, you want to own it completely. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where you are. But blaming won't get you anywhere. The moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking accountability is the moment everything changes. Yes, life can be unfair. Yes, challenges will come. But your success isn't determined by what happens to you. It's determined how you respond. Taking responsibility doesn't mean ignoring the obstacles in your way. It means acknowledging them, adapting, and finding a way forward. This mindset shift isn't easy, but it's necessary. It requires discipline and willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Most people wait for the right time to start working on their goals. They think they'll begin once they have more money, more confidence, or more clarity. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect time. The stars won't align, and no one's going to hand you an ideal opportunity. The only time you have is right now. Waiting is just another form of procrastination. If you want to see results, you have to start where you are with what you have and trust the process. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. Some people might question your choices, doubt your abilities, or try to hold you back. But their opinions don't define you. This is your life, and you don't need approval to pursue your dreams. In fact, the more you focus on seeking validation from others, the further you'll drift from your true purpose. You have to be your own biggest supporter, your own motivator. When the applause fades, when the doubters get louder, you need to be the one who keeps going. Think about the future. Picture yourself 5 or 10 years from now. What kind of life do you want to be living? What kind of person do you want to be? The decisions you make today are shaping that future. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a brick in the foundation of the life you're building. If you want to look back with pride instead of regret, you have to start acting with intention now. Your future self is dependent on the choices you make today. So stop letting distractions steal your time. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Instead, focus on yourself. Invest in your growth, your skills, and your dreams. Prioritize what truly matters and let go of everything that doesn't align with your vision. Success isn't about luck or shortcuts. It's about consistency, discipline, and staying true to your purpose. The journey won't always be easy, but every step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. Your time is your power. Use it wisely. The clock is ticking and the choice is yours. Will you continue to waste it, or will you take control and create something extraordinary? The answer lies in your hands, and the time to act is now.